So, as many of you may know, I've moved towards a more nutrient-dense diet. So, I don't know if I've shown you, but I'm actually eating more beans than I am rice. I'm actually, which beans are still carbs anyway. So I'm actually eating more like a 2-to-1 ratio, if that even, to be honest. So beans to rice 2-to-1. I did have a mate who wasn't even eating any rice. He was just eating beans, and he's thriving. You know, beans are actually more healthier as well. They're a lot more nutrient dense than rice. I mean, depending on what kind of rice you're eating. Like, I eat the most nutritious rice you can get, and that's purple rice or black rice or whatever you want to call it, right? And even that to me doesn't feel as nutritious as eating black beans or mung beans or kidney beans or whatever, you know, or chickpeas even, you know. They're some of the most nutritious foods, superfoods beans are, right? And then of course I'll eat a lot of vegetables, so I'll eat always big sort of 500 grams plus of greens, you know, leafy vegetables, stalks, you know, collard greens, broccoli, carrots, that sort of thing. I'll always bok choy. I'll always put that in with the meal, and then I'll eat the stuff like the cucumbers, the tomatoes. So yeah, I mean, I'm not just looking for fuel, as in macronutrients, you know, protein, carbohydrate, and fat. I'm not just looking for that in any meal. I'm looking for nutrients, which I think a lot of people have forgotten about, right? Because they think, oh yeah, we need to carb up, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But they forget that nutrients, you know, the amount of nutrients in greens, in beans, in things like that, is you can't just have white rice and soy sauce for a meal. I mean, on occasion, you know, you're stuck somewhere and it's like you need some fuel so you can walk home or ride home, or you know, or you're traveling, and that's all they have on offer. You know, you don't have your rice cooker with you, so you can't cook any beans or anything like that. Okay, fair enough, you know, but I'm saying day to day, 100% of the time, you know, sort of 95% of the time, you want to be not just focusing on fuel, you know, carbs, etc. You want to be eating nutritious foods. You want to look young, you want to feel good, you know, you want your body to be in its best possible state. You don't just want to just fuel it. Like, why would you want to do that? It's like in a car, do you know what I mean? Like, let's use the example of a car, you know, you could put in a diesel car, you could put fucking cooking oil in it and run it off that, right? So you could run your car off cooking oil, and it's not running very fast, it's not doing many miles or kilometers or whatever to the gallon, you know, however you say. You know, it's not very fuel efficient, it's kicking out a smell, it's black smoke, etc. It's not efficient. Which is still fuel though, right? Yeah, it's cooking oil, still fuel. However, you could put the sort of premium diesel in, right? Now, I mean, I'm not saying I recommend driving a car and drive. This is an example, right? So then you could put the premium stuff in, which, let's say, instead of white, so the cooking oil is similar to, let's say, white rice and soy sauce, no vegetables, right? And then you could say the premium diesel or whatever is like, you know, the black beans, the vegetables, the sweet potatoes, you know, mixed in with the tomatoes, the cilantro, the cucumbers, the bell peppers, you know, all that sort of stuff. And then on top of that, you've got the turmeric, you've got the spices, the clove, I don't know, whatever you've put else on it. So all of this nutrition-dense food, this is like the premium diesel, you know, this is the premium fuel. Why the fuck would you, like I said, unless you're out traveling, in a sort of caught yourself out scenario, why would you put the shit fuel in, you know? Every meal, right, in my opinion, and most other people, like especially the plant-based doctor's opinion, should compromise of 3 things. And that's, you know, so that's your carbohydrate, so whether it be beans or potatoes or black rice or brown rice or whatever, so that's your carbohydrate. Then of course you've got your beans, that's mainly your protein, right? And then you've got your vegetables, right? And also obviously the beans count as carbs, right? So then you get your vegetables. And like, why would you have any meal without these things? Like, if you still think that you're hungry but you're not hungry for vegetables, then you're not even truly hungry. Like, vegetables, every meal now, for me, once you get a taste for vegetables, it's like you don't ever want a meal without them. You know, I could never go back to just eating white rice and soy sauce. Like I said, unless I was in a camping scenario or something. There's no way. I just wouldn't feel satiated. I would just want to eat more and more and more. And I'd probably literally just sit there and stuff myself to feel satiated, but it wouldn't happen, you know? All that would happen was my stomach would get bloated and I would never feel truly satiated because I need beans and vegetables, simple as that. And I think once you start eating this way, you'll find yourself feeling better, and I actually feel more energetic. Even though I'm not possibly eating as much fuel as I would before and just focusing on fuel, I actually feel more energetic because my body's getting what it wants. It's getting its micronutrients, and they're just as important as macronutrients. Do you know what I mean? For your body's total well-being. So yeah, this is I just thought I'd make this video. This is why I always try and eat the most nutritious foods, you know. I try and often choose sweet potatoes over normal potatoes, you know, because they're more nutrient, you know. I'll choose certain beans over other beans, you know, because they're more nutrients. So always try, and like I said, purple rice over white rice. White rice, 0 nutrients pretty much. Purple rice, tons of nutrients. I mean, just look at the bright colours. So that's another thing as well. Bright colours are usually an indicator of how nutrient dense things are. So always go for colourful food, you know, whether it be fruit, vegetables, etc. And try and have one of each sort of colour group, you know, like you could have your black beans and your purple rice, that's like your purple colour. Then you could have your carrots, your greens, and then maybe you could have like a yellow bell pepper, do you know what I mean, for your yellow sort of thing. So yeah, so yeah, I thought I'd make this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, everyone.